on the defensive side, give me one player from each phase or each each level, right? D line, linebacker, DB. Give me one player that needs to not necessarily have a spring game performance, but really show that like either they're the leaders of the pack or they're the guys that they're leading us into in the camp in the week 1 versus FAU. Give me 3 names you're looking forward to on the D line, linebacker, and DB group.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because I feel like when it comes to the D line and the linebacker room, I think you kind of know who they are. But who I say for D line, I feel like everybody's like, oh yeah, of course. But there's a reason I say it is I think Jaden Woods for the D line, but not skill wise. I think vocal wise. Yeah. He's come out and said that he's not a very vocal person. He's kind of like quiet, and it's like that's fine. But you have the stand and the view that you have, you have to get more vocal. And I want to see that from him. I want to see him at the spring game. I'd like to see him directing the line more, him getting in there and getting involved with moving people around. And linebackers, it's Miles Graham. Yeah. I mean, I just want to see him just really stamp himself. Honestly, not even just stamp himself as a leader of the linebackers. I think that's gonna be a leader of your defense.
Yeah, he's overall. Going up coin toss.
Yeah. Corner is tough. Yeah, that's a tough one because
it almost feels like there's an unknown at corner.
What's that?
It almost feels like there's like a little bit of some unknowns at corner. Some guys that like there's just little sample sizes.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I'm from about 35 minutes away from where Cormani McClain is from, and I've got to watch him play in person when he was at Lake Gibson, and then I got to watch him in person when he was at Lakeland. That is truly, when I tell you, like athlete, he's got it. I mean, he's just a pure athlete. When it comes to football player, you don't have to give him a playbook. You just like go out there and make a play. And he can, like, it's like he's got a sixth sense to where the football is. He just knows, he's got a knack for it. The problem is you can do that in high school.
Yeah.
College is a different level. In the SEC football, it's even different.
Yeah.
So with him, I need to see him become like, because see, the thing is like when we've had good cornerback rooms, you've always had somebody that's kind of vocal.
Yeah.
And I'd say the last great like DB room that we had was back with Vern, Quincy Wilson, Tease Tabor.
Yep.
We need someone who is willing to direct people, be standing there. Even if you're guarding the one, you need to look over and be like, okay, y'all need to do this. You need to be like Richard Sherman said. We all got to be on a string. It sounded like Ben Hanks is number 2.
Yeah.
I need to see the two of them. Like there's a lot of immaturity there. I need to see. And I think it's gonna lead with Cormani. I think he's got to be that guy. He's got to step up. He's got to be vocal, and he's got to be the maturity in that room, not just on the field. When you're in that room and you're learning that playbook and you're watching film, don't be cutting up. This isn't Instagram. This isn't social media. Like, shut up. Sit there. Take the knocks that you're gonna take, and then take that and put it on the field as well. And then you get a pick, by all means, y'all dance, y'all do whatever you want, but there's got to be maturity there. And safety is easy. For me, safety is very easy. Bryce Thornton, you got that one jersey.
You got it for a reason.
Show it.
You got that one for a reason.
Yep, we got a couple of them. Boom, boom, boom. Like, that one jersey ain't no joke.
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a big Cormani guy. I was a big fan even when he went to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And even last year, he didn't start, but every time he came in, it just felt like he was always making the play. The Miami game with the interception, like every time he came in, he was always making a play. So now that I want him to be the guy, I'm with you. Like I want him to be that Burn, that Joe, that the Quincy, whoever it is. Like I want to see Cormani take that next step. But you mentioned it, Ben Hanks has been balling too.
Yep.
Right. He's been balling. We got a young group of just in general, Javari Flowers. Like that DB room is going to be interesting to watch. And it kind of leads me into my next question. Like, what's the matchup you're looking for? Like, doesn't necessarily have to be like receiver, a certain DB versus a receiver, but like is it one of the quarterbacks versus the starting defense? Is it, our D line versus the O line? Like what are the matchups or the number one matchup you're going to be looking for come Saturday?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is I just want to see a legit matchup. I don't want to see any of this stuff that we got from the Dan Mullen era, from the Billy Napier era, that it was like, let's please the fans. Like, oh, the fans are worried about the O line. So, let me go over to the D line and be like, hey, don't bull rush them. Don't chop and get through and get to the quarterback. Like, don't concern them. No, if they can get through, so be it. I want to see those, like you said, I want to see how the O-line and D-line does. But I want to hear John Summerall come out and tell the truth and be like, the D-line could do that because our O-line sucked. Yeah. Or like the D-line couldn't do that because the O-line is they're pretty good. But to be honest, I want to see any of our DBs go against any of these receivers. I think we have, like we talked about earlier, we got some stallions in there. So if these DBs can keep up with those guys, I'm sorry, but and this might be biased, this might be orange and blue goggles, they're keeping up with anybody in the SEC. I will stamp it. College Football Talk might disagree, but I stand by it. Florida's got the best wide receiver room in the SEC.
It's all right. College football, never seen a group of receivers in Georgia anyway. They haven't had a receiver since AJ Green. So, no, I'm with you, man. Like our receivers, like Eric Singleton, Dallas. I just want Dallas to be healthy, right?
Me too.
I feel like Dallas has been teasing us, not any fault of his own, but just like the potential. Like we stole this guy from Oregon, like him. He had more hype than VB3 in most cases, and then VB3 comes out, right? That first game, balls out, one hand catch, all that. Like I want to see Dallas, and he may not do it Saturday, but I want to see him play this year. Right. And then we already talked about another guy like people aren't even thinking about. I'm hearing a lot about Micah Mays. I didn't have a lot of expectations about Micah Mays, but I'm hearing a lot about Micah Mays. So,
bro,
if we can be that deep at receiver, like if our DBs, that was one of the biggest things when spring ball first started. One of the biggest things I saw that was reported was the DBs weren't used to our speed. And I'm like, we got speed? we what?
When?
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
What does that even mean? So I'm excited to see how that all looks out. Obviously on Saturday, which again, working on the logistics to try to make this work for sure. Spring game is over, right? We saw offense, saw defense, special teams, John Summerall. Everyone's happy. There's a breath of fresh air, right? How can I ask this question? Is it the execution or the identity that's going to have you feeling comfortable going into camp? Like, what do you need? What do you need to see, or what do you want to see between the two?
Honestly, I want to see. There's two things I'm looking for at the orange and blue game that I think that going into this offseason and going into like fall camp, I just want to see, number one, effort. I feel like I saw a lot of guys give up these past couple of years. Mm-hmm. Don't like that. But I want to see swagger back. Like, bro, I remember teams, they're out there, jumping on the sidelines and they're having fun. And that's what I want to see. I want to see an identity of that. There's some swag to this team. There's some movement to this team, and that it's not just, oh yeah, sometimes we play good. The great teams, they're out there. They know that they're good. Like, I want you to go out there and know you're good. Yeah. Even if John Summerall's telling you ain't that good, no, I want you to know, like, oh yeah, when I catch that, bro, get together, like, celebrate, however you got to do it. But I want to see some swagger to them, because these great teams that we've had, they've had that to them. They've had some movement. The Kyle Pitts, he's in there, dancing in the end zone after scoring. And bro, just give me some of that. But most of all, again, just effort. I want to see ball, get ball, hit Absolutely. Whoever has the ball and play hard-nosed football all 4 quarters. That's it. It's not real hard.
When you say swag, the number one thing that pops up in my mind, and I know we talked about jersey combos, like I'm a fan of the all white. Mm-hmm. And I know we probably wouldn't do it, but I would love for us to pull out the all white versus Oklahoma. kind of a remembrance of that national championship game, right?
Yeah.
But when you talk about swag, the one memory that pops up in my mind is Major Wright. Major Wright, you know, cover one. We all know Joe Hayden. I forgot dude's name, but you know, I'm sure everyone has seen the clip.
Manny
I'm sure
Johnson,
everyone has seen the clip many times. So, oh yeah, you're right. I want some of that back.
Yeah,
I want some of that back for sure. Finish this sentence for me. It could be offense, defense. It could be both, right? After watching the spring game, right? It's a good sign if who plays good.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm gonna say Cormani.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say if Cormani plays good.
Like that.
I think if Cormani plays good, that's the room I'm most worried about. I think if Cormani plays good, I think we're sitting real pretty. I don't think we need anybody on offense. Honestly, I'm not stressing offense at all. But defense.
Let me ask you this before we I got one more question before we head out. There's been a lot about Buster. It's been a lot about this offense, rightfully so. The weapons we got, right? And I feel like we're all just waiting for them to be let go, right, when September comes. But what do you? How can I phrase this? What are your thoughts, or what do you want to take away from watching Coach Brad White and the defense perform? Like, I know we talked a lot about the players and stuff like that. Think more schematic and effort and how they're going to play. Like, what do you want to see from this Brad White defense?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I want to see this defense play like Tulane's defense last year. To be 100% honest, if you give me that same style with the athletes that we have on this team, we're sitting pretty. And to be honest with you, with Brandon Harris as the DB coach, give me the interceptions that his DBs were getting, and we're sitting pretty. Like, we're sitting all right. But I think Brad White is a perfect combination with John Summerall. I think that the reason he hired him, do I think he could have went and hired a better DC, like a Will Muschamp? Yeah, of course I do. But I think that John Summerall and Brad White are on the same wavelength. So I think the combination of the two just bring me that Tulane effort. Them guys just play, I mean, lights out. They're hitting hard. They're attacking the ball. They're just, I mean, they literally have the mindset of John Summerall. And just, that's what I want to see. I want to see some psychos out there on defense, to be honest with you.
I'm right there with you. Listening to Aaron Childs on the High Point interview, he was saying it's good our head coach is a former linebacker in their defense.